But General Kulkarni, if Pakistan wants India's help, should Pakistan not directly ask for it? Should it also not dismantle the India-centric mil-jihad complex first?
Absolutely, Gaurav. I couldn't be agreeing more with you right now. First and foremost, I think first heartfelt condolences. It's a really sad thing to what is happening to Pakistan. There is no denying the fact. And of course, they are our neighbors. But who stopped the trade? Pakistan stopped the trade. We were the ones who gave them the most favored nation status in '96. What they did in Pulwama, it is only after that. So trade and terror can't go together. But notwithstanding what we are talking about right now, Pakistan needs help. And Pakistan must themselves come forward and seek help. You saw the chief of the army staff of Pakistan asking for help, but he should have come up and said, well, can India help us, please? You are our neighbor. Let's open up. If they are in need of vegetable, if they are in need of edible oil, if they are in need of pharmaceuticals, they need help, by all means, yes, why not? You see the Prime Minister for India going all out to say, yes, definitely we would. But no, not wanting to come forward. And let's take as a worst case scenario, we do send an aircraft with trade and they don't receive it and they send it back, or the trade that is delivered and all the help that is delivered, they don't use it. What are they trying to convey? Okay. It has happened in the past. Pakistan is capable of doing that. And therefore, right now, let's not play politics at all. Let Pakistan come forward and say, yes, if the ministers are saying we want help, they should say so.
Unwarranted help breeds contempt. But Kamar Chima, whether help was sought or not, as Sudhindra Kulkarni was so rightly pointing out of the goodness of our heart, we've helped Pakistan in the past. You remember 2005 earthquake, sir. You remember 2010. In fact, if you recall 2010, Kamar Chima, that was 2 years, just 2 years after Pakistan Army and ISI sponsored 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. India gave Pakistan $25 million worth of assistance after floods. Kamar Chima, you realize, you killed 166 of our people, we still gave help, $25 million in 2010, and yet no action against India-centric terror, sir. Am I right to raise that point, please?
Well, sir, the first thing you need to understand is that in the recent floods in the south of India, the Pakistan offered assistance to India, but India refused. One thing. The second thing which is important, listen me, sir. The second thing is that I think at the moment, as General Saab was mentioning that the 10-member doctors team wanted to come, that is very nice gesture coming from India. But do not mix politics with the humanitarian assistance. Well, what Army Chief General Bajwa said that the friendly countries, I would say the aid from Australia, from Sri Lanka, from America and other countries will come later. The aid from the support from the humanitarian assistance from India will come faster and on an urgent basis. And I think if it comes, Pakistan must welcome that, because we should keep humanitarian assistance separate from politics and security, and I think that will help open many more avenues. So when India...
Sir, what avenue was opened? Sir, I take your point entirely. I'm just taking you back to, 2010, Sudhindra Kulkarni, 2 years after 26/11 Mumbai terror attack sponsored by Pakistan Army that killed 166 people from a dozen countries in India, India gave Pakistan $25 million US. So help and friendship clearly cannot be a one-way street. अगर हम पड़ोसी का धर्म निभाते हैं, पड़ोसी का धर्म निभाना तो पाकिस्तान का भी कर्तव्य है. वो फिर भी आतंक भेजते हैं, वो आतंक का धर्म निभाते हैं.
आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा. Both countries should discharge their duty as neighbors, and it was very rightly pointed out that aid from India can reach Pakistan the fastest. They simply have to open the land border for our trucks to move in. And if you see how climate crisis has affected our neighbors, right now Pakistan is under severe floods, and another neighbor, China, large parts of China are suffering from extreme heat.
And drought.
This can happen to India also. So therefore, the time has come when all countries of the world should unite to take action against climate crisis, fight the effects of climate change. But right now, when the crisis is right in front of us, we must help the poor and the needy the first. There should be no politics, all other things can wait.